I want to invite BJ Queen to come up. BJ is our new head football coach, and had an opportunity to get to meet him over the last month or so. And so we're truly excited and again blessed to have BJ here and be a part of the family.
Thank you. First, I want to start off and say how blessed I am to be part of FCA and Fairfield Christian Church. My wife, son, and I are now members for about 6 months within the church, and that's a good thing for us. Also, I can't work with better administration than Mr. Eck, Craig Carpenter, Mary Beth DeWeese, and then Aaron Bates. And again, I'm excited to work with Aaron as the new athletic director. We both have a football background. We both have a weightlifting background. Excited that weightlifting will be provided in the school 3 periods a day, so our athletes can get in and lift. The only bad thing I can say about Aaron is he makes me feel old. It was funny yesterday when we were doing a radio spot and we were talking about it and going through about say Todd had mentioned that the famous Michigan State extra point fake. And it's funny, I turned to Aaron, I go, "Really?" I go, "Were you that kid who did that?" And he goes, "Yes, I was that kid." So, crack me up. Like I said, again, showing my age a little bit. But very excited to be here. The football program has really taken off. We put the emphasis on weightlifting. We are now into our second 9-week session. We're going to finish that up here in about 2 weeks. With that, we have, in our first session, we had 4 kids hit the 1,000-pound club. Long version is that's your bench, squat, clean, and deadlift minus your body weight. Short version of that is you're probably benching 250 and you're probably squatting and deadlifting around 400 pounds. So, what I tell the kids is you get close to being varsity ready or, being excellent at the varsity level when you hit those weights. We had 4 kids hit that weight. That is Josh Coleman, Jacob Walker, Ben Tobin, and Austin Mosley. And so now the challenge is for the rest of the kids to hit that weight, and I tell them it's a long-term goal, it's not a short-term goal. It will take you 2 or 3 years. The seniors were able to hit that goal because they had been weightlifting in the previous years. And for those seniors that hit that goal, I've now challenged them to hit the 1,200-pound club. We've already reaped the rewards of that by taking our first camp day and going to the Millersport 7-on-7 and lineman challenge. In the Millersport 7-on-7 lineman challenge, the 7-on-7 kids did very well with 1 day of camp. I believe we threw more touchdowns than interceptions and over 50% of our passes. Also, we were neck and neck with teams like Danville that made it to the final 8 last year, and then did very well and with the other 3 against the other 3 teams. And like I said, kind of showed that FCA is here in the MSL and going to do very well. Then the linemen went on to get 2nd place overall in the whole tournament, losing only to Licking Valley, who is a Division III playoff team. We got 2nd place in the 5-man sled push. Then Austin Mosley got 3rd place, I believe, in the 1-man sled push. Matt Beatty got 4th place in the obstacle course. And then the coup de grace at the end, they stop everything to do the 5-man truck pull, where they take an F350, I believe. They hook 5 kids up to it through harnesses and straps, and they have to pull it 50 yards. With that, the FCA kids came in 1st place, beating all other competitors, again, to finish out 2nd overall. So I'm excited about that. We will start the rest of our camp June 22nd and run it all the way up to 2-a-days. The young men have done a great job being in the weight room and getting around and showing their skills. We also have our 2 quarterbacks, which is Jerry Lee and Caleb Lugathrow, and I probably slaughtered his name, I apologize. They are taking specialized camp up with Ben Mock from Kenton once a week and working for about 2 hours up there. So they're taking a 2-hour trip up there to the drive, spending 2 hours throwing the ball with Ben and being trained by him, and then coming back, taking the 2-hour trip back down. So the kids are working and putting in the time, and we're seeing those results already. For our youth camp, we're going to have our youth camp July 15th through the 18th. I would encourage you to bring your sons out and let them be part of the youth camp. It is going to be from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock. What we take 1st grade through 8th grade and try to split them up so they're in respective grades together, and we kind of set what we want to teach them by their grade. Also, it's non-competitive. It's fun. There's no contact. Our goal within that camp is to show them that football is fun, and then show them a good Christian environment. So again, if you need more information on that, let me know, and I will get that to you. But that's July 15th through the 18th from 5 to 8 o'clock. At this point, any questions?
What are your numbers like so far for?
Numbers, I expect my numbers to be between 29 and 31 kids. So I think that's pretty consistent with what we've had in the past. Nothing?
BJ, explain to them the Division 7 this year, how
Okay.
great is they will break them apart.
Yes, we are Division 7, which is new, and I don't think they've officially broke that down yet. But what that means is now teams like, I believe, Newark Catholic and some of those other schools will get bumped up, and we will be in a division lower than, I think, 115 boys, or between 105 and 115. I don't know exactly, but what that does is, again, it gives us more opportunities to get in the playoffs. Last year and 2 years before that, FCA made the playoffs, as Division 6. Now we're Division 7. So more or less what that has done is that's more taken our odds and just, doubled to make the playoffs. So we're excited to be there. We're excited to be in MSL. My background is I graduated from Watkins Memorial in '93. Went to Mount Union College. Was able to be part of their football program where we won the national championship in '96 and '97. Came back down to Watkins where I taught for 10 years. Then went to Pandora Gilboa as the head coach for 2 years. Upper Sandusky as a year. And then the past 3 years I've been at Grandview Heights as an assistant coach. And the nice thing is I keep getting questions about the MSL and are you worried about it and nervous? I'm not nervous because I've been in the MSL with Grandview. What happened is Grandview, Licking Heights and Liberty Union left the MSL, and now Fairfield Christian and Grove City Christian come in. So I have 2 or 3 years worth of films on the teams that we're playing. I'm very comfortable. It's now getting the kids up to pace and understanding that this will be better competition than what we've seen in a non-league schedule, but we'll be prepared.
Growing up in Kirkersville, are you a drag racing fan at all?
Yeah, it's funny. I'm not per se. My dad would like me to be. He was definitely a drag racing guy. Now, I will say that even though I don't hit the drag strip anymore, it's sad for me to see that the national spotlight has went away from Kirkersville and now went up to Norwalk. Because definitely, I lived on what would be the east side of Kirkersville, so you definitely knew when the big races were happening because you could hear them, especially the rocket cars and stuff like that. And then, it's Kirkersville tradition to sit on your porch and watch all the cars come through after national trails were done. So, yes?
What's the status of the youth, the bidding, the junior high program?
They are in progress, and what we need to do is we just need more people to come in and commit, so then that way we can say, yes, there is a program. We're going to do everything that we can to set those things up. The problem is we have to get people to come in and say, yes, we're going to do it, so then that way we can tell other people that, hey, person A, B, and C is going to do it, so it's going to be there. I think that's where the logjam is right now.
Is there a deadline for us in terms of whether we can field a team or not?
That would be questions for Mr. Carpenter and Mr. Bates. I don't know when. If you ask me, I'm not telling you, 2 weeks before the season starts. But obviously, there's administration logistics that I don't get paid to do yet. I'm sorry.
There's deadlines in other leagues and.
Like I said, again, unfortunately, I don't know those things. Those are questions, I guess, for administration and questions that we're all going to have to find out now that we're in this situation.
we're setting I guess a temporary deadline in like 2 weeks is what I've been telling people. So in 2 weeks, we're going to say we're going to have biddy football teams or not. I've gotten a lot of interest just in the last week or so. If we get that much interest in this next week, because people start thinking about it, then we're going to have a team. So I've been telling people, taking down their numbers and saying, hey, in 2 weeks I'll give you a call, because as far as I know, what I've heard is the other leagues, their deadlines are the end of July, beginning of August.
I think
So
July 24th is the
okay.
ones directly, so
Okay.
that's one I know.
yeah, that's so that.
Kids kind of interested in that.
Right, so we were telling people we'd tell them in about 2 weeks, and then if we weren't going to have a team, then they could have time to go sign up for another league. So that's kind of our deadline. So if you know of anybody, tell them to let us know, because we want to know as soon as possible.
And what I've found is, both with the camps and then interest with the Biddy League and stuff like that, is it seems like July 1st is kind of the date where people stop thinking about vacation and baseball and they start sending their interest towards football. It's amazing, like Aaron stated, that the amount of interest now all of a sudden we've gotten in the last couple of days has been great. So if we can get that, I'm confident that we can field teams.
Coach, what kind of style of offense you gonna run?
Okay, we will, with the style of offense, it's called hybrid wing tee. We'll throw when we need to throw. We'll run when we need to run. I mean, it's not going to be one or the other. The hardest thing that I've had to do this year is tell Ben Tobin he's probably not getting 2,700 yards this year, because we're going to spread the ball out and give it to other people. Again, I think to have a great offense, you're going to have to be balanced, and again, throw when you need to and when you want to, and then also run when you need to and when you want to. So, again, I expect our, my goal is to have the passing and running numbers pretty similar. Yes.
I just have a comment. I'm sure you realize what a great group of young men you have
Yes.
at this school, and I just want you to know that you're going to have that same support from parents. So don't ever hesitate not to ask one of us parents. We're Blackwell's parents,
Yes.
by the way.
Yes.
We've met, but just a reminder, but just know that you have the parents' support.
And I know that, I appreciate that. To brag a little bit about my parents, they, we had a Midnight Madness practice to get ready for the Millersport 7-on-7. The parents came in at 6 o'clock in the morning to start cooking breakfast for us, where we ate at 8 o'clock. Again, some of the best omelets I've had. Like I put in my newsletter, I'm still trying to figure out what was different about those green peppers that made them pretty yummy. From there, the parents cleaned up here, where I didn't have to do anything, packed up all their stuff, and followed us to Millersport, where they set up 3 pop-up tents. It looked like we took the place over, because there was food, there was drink. Not a single FCA kid had to take money out of their pocket and go to the concession stand. They had plenty to drink, plenty to eat. They had shade the whole day to keep them out of the sun when they had a break. And the parents just treated us first class. And that's something that's wonderful, and I fully appreciate. Okay. Anything else? All right. Look forward to a great football season. Thanks, guys.